We're going to pick up in this concept of tzitzis with page Reish Lamed Zion, and we're reading the light print on number Reish Yud Gimel. And we're going to go through a little bit of this, see what we can understand of it. Now, what I said before, I interjected that because I don't want to forget saying it. It strikes me as reasoning through it that the ma de ma and the ma de ben, or the ben de ma, or however the switch of which that takes place, I'm not sure exactly what it refers to. If we had all of those 32 Mochin that we saw coming into Zer Anpin, the Ma de Ben, all of that concept also is coming from the Mochin of Ima into Zer Anpin. So it has to be some version of the same thing, but I don't have the answer to that. If you do, please let me know. So let's look at number Reish Yud Gimel in the light print, and he said v'yesh chiluk noiset ben shnei mini hatzitzis shehem lavim v'techelis. So you have two different kinds of tzitzis. One is blue, has blue in it, and the other one is white. Kibetala sheim chute techelis. So the ones that has the blue strings. Oz chute hatzitzis shrichim lechiyos gefulin v'afshazurim. So we had said previously that those tzitzis have to be doubled over and intertwined. That it means the strings themselves. What's the pshat? V'chatam shehem tzrichen lehiyot kefulim v'shazurim who remes the muach hachasod. And this is to let you know that when that chiluk takes place in at the time of the Beis Hamikdash, and the bina of Abba becomes the chochma of bina. When that happens, it wants to include with it the chesed and the das are going to go along with it. The mitzad ima, shechute hatechelis ramaz in the muach hachokma dezah, because this is to let you know that we're talking about the right line of zer anpin mitzad ima that is coming into zer anpin from ima. Masha chachutu kefulim shazurim. So over there we say, so what do you need them to be doubled over and intertwined? Why do they have to be multiple? Who ramas the muach hachasod the das the mitzad ima says let you know that the muach of das from the side of ima shehem nechfalim and nechlalim ima chutim shehem muach hachatim mitzad ima. That's because we have the I guess what happens over there is the gevuros of das of Abba become the chesadim of the das of ima. So all of this language is missing from the pirush. To how to understand this, a difficult. I'm putting it in to make it understandable for myself. So you have the switch, which also includes as the chesed the das, which he said previously, refers to. I forgot what I was going to say. So what about now, though? Now you don't have this switch that took place, and that therefore you want to make sure you incorporated the gevurus of das of Abba into the chesadim of das of Ima. You want to make sure that happened. That takes place when you have the chiluk. But now we have a situation where you don't have that switch. This is to let you know that you're talking about the Gevuras the Tzad Ima, which is the original one before there was a switch. Who nichlal b'yachad im tzitzis. It's joined together with the strings of white that are in the tzitzis. Shehem muach habina the b'tzad ima, which is called the muach habina the tzad ima. In other words, it's the original lineup of ima, which is 32, which has all the 16. I guess it's the 16. Yes, it doesn't change. It's ima by herself is 16 sub parts mochim. So 4 basic mochim and then 4 subs in each one. So let's go on to number Reish Kaf Aleph. Is the fend into this? Okay, he says nimsishat tzitzias the chute and so it comes out like this: when you have the tzitzis, which are the strings of white, heim shnei mochem asma'alium. There you're talking about the two left sides, that is bina and the gevuras adas. Shehem muach bina v'muach gevuras. Ve'ilach tzitzias shal chute hatechelos heim shnei mochem ayuminium. So he said the two tzitzis of the techelos, that is the time when there is a switch. Hamashnei Mochin v'Yaminim, there are the two, they return to the two right sides, which would be Chachma and Chesed, the Dash, Muach HaChachma, Muach HaChesed. So that's to let you know another fact about these. Let's go to the next piece in the Rav. The words of the Rav are, first we have the blurb. It says, Tam lama shakasav sh'ab bizman hazeh. So why is it that we're writing here that nowadays, nimshach mochin d'chachma de'ima, you still have a hamshacha of the mochin d'chachma de'ima. He said, Ella she'ein na'asa ayedenu, but it's not done by us. This whole inyan, the inyan of is vague to me. He means to say that you still have chachma coming into Zir Anpin. This is the way I understand it, without a chiluf. And why is that? Because chachma is always inside of ima. So even if there's not a switch, which has all kinds of different implications, which I don't understand them all, even if you have a switch, even you don't have a switch, you still have the flow of Abba into Ima. That's what it seems like to me that he wants to say, but it's not done by us. So that whole phrase that it's not done by us really needs Hesber. What was he talking about? What did we do before at the time of the Beis Hamikdash that's different? He just qualified that as that this is the time of a chiluf. So who did the chiluf? How did the chiluf take place? Well, mashma here that we did it. Well, because we brought karbanos, I'm not sure. It doesn't go into that. Let's read the Rav's words. Now let me get into what I talked about previously. Ki av bizman is that even now, yotza ha'or shal muach ha'chochma de'iba b'sod tzitzios. Even so, that we talked about the muach ha'chochma, that would be the same muach that would be coming through if there was a chiluf. It's still going on. That's my understanding. Behislavshus tzitzis bina de'ima, because it's able to be mislavesh in the tzitzis of ima. Now, what this is very, very abstract to me. I'm trying to focus it down, because ha'or shal muach ha'chochma. He was talking about the muach ha'chochma, which was the bina of chochma, which became the chochma of ima. So he says ha'or shal muach ha'chochma de'ima. Besod tzitzios, which is the secret in the secret of tzitzios, bihislavshu tzitzis bina de'ima, is how's it work? Because it's bislavish in the bina of ima, and not. You want to say that the time of the tzitzis of Lavan only, you have all the shefes coming to you directly from ima, because it's always coming from ima, directly from ima. But in the case of the chiluf, you're getting actually the mochin of Abba in the same position. In the right side of Ima is now the Chochma of Ima. So there you're getting it directly from Ima too, but you're getting the direct juice of Chochma. Here you could get those, this is my understanding, so if I'm wrong. So here you're having the juice come in, but it has to be mislavish, it has to be mislavish in Ima. So it's like this, if you're looking at the chart or remembering back that chart, you'll see that the Bina of Abba and the Bina of Ima are one right below the next. So if you're not having the chiluf, then that means that they're going straight into Za without any switches. And so what comes in first is the Bina of Ima. That's what I don't know, or maybe the Chachma, the original Chachma of Ima comes in first, and then all the rest of them come in. But inside of the Bina of Ima is the Chachma of Abba. So, excuse me, said it wrong. Inside of the Bina of Ima is the Bina of Abba. Now, that's the way that I would normally understand it, and maybe that's not it. But this is a point he wants a punch on. He says it doesn't happen as a result of us. Be'im came, he said, Muchwachu, so if it has to go like that, it means that there's a remiss somehow of the chokhmah inside of the bina of ima. So trying to understand it more. We're going to get into it better. This like is going to take a side trip into outer space. He says that since we were talking about that, I'm so much trouble identifying which are the Mochin. He said, I'm going to tell you something else. The Mochin Dezal are called Chaim. They're called life. Shehem Chai HaMelech, which are the life force of the king. Now, I don't have that drush in my mind, so exactly what is he saying? So let's take these two, the Chochmah of Ima and the Bina of Ima. Ne'kroim Shanos Chaim. They're called by this name, years of life. So what's years of life? What shot there? He says, Ki Iker Shem Chaim Hu B'Chochmah B'Bina, because the concept of Chaim comes from these two, Abba V'Ima, that is Chochmah Bina, below B'Das, and not in Das. So all of this up in the air for me. V'gam Nekroim Shanos, but they're also called years. Kechashemos Shalachem Ein B'Gematria Shanos. So he said the Shemas, their names, bring you to the Gematria of what is it, 756. Now, exactly what is he talking about here? And this is one of those intricate little pieces that I don't have a tremendous feeling for. We're just about out of time, so let's take it on tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, that will start the Pirush Rahut and try to see if we can't zero in on some of these difficult ideas. Kakal Tov.